Okay, before going on, this thing completed almost immediately afterwards. The download from YouTube in MP4 format, the highest quality one available, and I can tell you with 100% certainty that this video would be the result of uploading this video to YouTube and then downloading it back. So you can see that there's a fair amount of data loss. We've gone to 300 megs, starting from 1,000 megs, right? So there's quite a big loss. This file is more than 3 times the size of this result. As far as the approximate info, it's a 4/3 aspect. Its frame rate happens to be 2997, whereas the original here is in PAL at 25. So my guess about it being European must have been right. This is 25 frames per second because it was recorded in Europe at a 50 hertz power supply. It's not 2K per second video, it's 1.8. It's in DivX format, 4-person, and that might explain why they've ended up with that letterboxing and stuff. Because the DivX is this thing that you pay for, and it's supposed to simplify your life for making videos, because you just press 1 or 2 buttons and you're done. However, as you saw, the quality, well, here it's giving at least high definition data rate, but I don't think the image is high definition. It's definitely not high definition imagery, right? There's chunkiness and blocks and fuzziness in the picture, so it might actually maybe it should be rescaled to a smaller size to hide some of that problem, or at least using the fact that it's got a high data rate, you might be able to repair that image and make it look nicer. You wouldn't be able to sharpen it up much, but you could get rid of some of that ugliness. Now the main thing is, this is a video of an audio work, and so all the main important bit is this Dolby sound, which is at a very high data rate. Usually people use AC-3 encoding for 6-channel audio or 5.1, but this is only 2 channels, and it's using AC-3 because I don't think you can get more than 320K out of an MP3. You have to use either FLAC or something else. Here's something else. One of the something else's. Now let's see what YouTube did with this. Oh, and note as well the sampling rate of 48 cycles a second. This rate, by the way, is independent of the power supply. I should just mention that this frequency has nothing to do with the frequency of the AC power coming out of the socket in the wall. This frequency is generated in a totally different way. The circuit itself is an oscillator. It's an oscillating circuit, and it can be. I mean, the circuitry that samples audio, an audio source has its own natural frequency, and it has nothing. It's independent of the power supply. Okay. Now 48 is generally the highest sampling frequency for the highest quality audio, and so this is definitely, this must be essentially lossless. It says lossy. That means there's a tendency for loss, but it's really nothing that you would ever, no human being, maybe a dog would notice the difference. Okay, now let's see what YouTube makes of that. Well, as far as the video, 4/3, 640 by 480, the bitrate, piddly 5K. But now the important bit is how much of the audio did we retain? Well, we're going from 450 almost kilobits per second down to 100. So a quarter of that data, sorry, 3/4 of that data was lost, and if the sampling rate is down to 44.1. So it's at a lower sampling rate, and so the quality of this audio in comparison with the original would be night and day if you had a decent stereo system, which I don't. I wouldn't be able to tell much difference because I'm using two $10 speakers I bought at the store down the road. If I bought some very nice speakers, I would hear that difference and it would bother me. So it's probably best that I don't get a nice stereo system, because I'd be wanting to fix up all these videos. Now we don't want to lose that, and there's nothing I know of on YouTube to get it to. It used to be linked with the quality of the video. Now I've downloaded high definition videos from YouTube, and I don't know if I still have that sample. I have one that I uploaded, but I didn't. I don't think it. I don't know if it was 48 or 44 when I uploaded it. It's in here. Now this is a 720p MP4 downloaded from YouTube, and the audio again is 44, but I don't know about that. The data rate is higher. It's a variable bit rate, average 192, which is I think exactly what I uploaded, but I don't know. It might have been 44 when I uploaded it. I can't remember. Do I have any other HVs? No. I used to have Led Zeppelin in here, but I deleted them all. Cranberries. Certainly not shocking blue. Oh no, this side. I had a high def HD version of this, but I got it originally from YouTube too. That other one here, oh sorry, like Glastonbury. That I got off the internet, and I converted losslessly to an huge AVI file, about 2 gigs, and YouTube turned that into 574 meg. I don't know what kind of encoder they're using, because it's actually, the data rate is extremely high. It's 2.6K, right? And mine was about 300. Same, not ABC though, it was XVID, MPEG 4, with about the same. Now look at that, it came back as 25, it didn't change the frame rate. This is recorded in Europe. It might be that, because in these headers you can say stuff about where something was recorded. Like here's the encoding date, and I think you can give the the Earth coordinates, where on Earth it was recorded, and it could use that information to make a decision about the what frame rate it should use. You know, what would best reflect the source video. And if it realized that was recorded in England, then it would know, okay, well, 25 FPS, because that's what they used there. And that would mean that the encoding would be faster, and it would be higher quality, and so on. And when I re-encoded it, I didn't change it. I wouldn't have changed anything. I just made it smaller, so it's for personal computer science. And I set it at 25. 720 by 400. Here's the bit rate of my thing is just as high as that one, but the frame size is smaller. And in fact, these two look pretty much the same. Is that the source of this? No. This was sourced from a higher quality one than this was. In any case, why was I talking about that? I was just going to show you the loss, how much was lost. And of course we don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose that audio. Okay, so yes, right. One thing I can show you as a lesson 2B section A is the following. Suppose I just want to extract the audio from this file, right? The AC-3 audio, before I go ahead and start re-encoding things, and I want to store it somewhere. Well, an AC-3 file on its own, so you might be able to play it, is not something that you would be able to put into another video using VDub. VDub doesn't understand AC-3, I believe. Let's see. If suppose I just take a sample of this, using direct. I don't know what that says, but I'll just grab this bit. We just call it clip again. Okay, now here's a clip. It's going to have this. I haven't changed the audio of this thing, so it's going to be AC-3 again. Same audio, but it didn't encode anything, so it doesn't need to know. And since this is a constant bitrate, and that's why I think ABIs are supposed to be constant bitrate, it doesn't need to know and to try to figure out what the bitrate is of the audio at any point. It's going to be, if it's constant, it's the same. So all it's got to do is copy all of the header information without knowing anything about it, and it can create. You can split things up, and they're going to work fine, provided the audio rate is constant. As far as the video bit rate, here it's getting a relatively low value compared with the overall one, so it's made some calculation and it's guessed this is approximately right. Alright. Suppose I want to extract that audio. file X raw audio. See what it's calling it? .bin. Okay. Now it happens to be AC-3. I don't know what media info can figure it out. Media info knows it's an AC-3 file. I might be able to rename it .ac3. See if that's associated with anything. No. I don't know what if there were an audio only type file that were AC3, what would it be called? I don't know. I've never run into it. How about, no, it's not AAC. No, it can't be that. Suppose I call this file. And that would play with that player. I'm curious to see what the associate. Well, I can open it up and I can check the association. Oops, pause. Mute, pause. Come back here. Options. Well, we can look at this. At the V show. Dolby decoder. It's AAC is like Dolby. I wonder if it's going to use that. It'll just convert Dolby. You can see what it's doing, right? Yeah, but what I really wanted to see was this thing, and I need to double click. So I can get there with single clicks this way. AAC. Okay, that happens to be that. But what file extension would it be? There's something called file extensions in here. I've seen a great big list of file extensions, and I thought I might be able to pick it out of that list if I could bring up that list. It says format, association. Let's see. It's a pretty smart program. This part requires administrator privileges, so it's not enabled by default. If you want to use this section, you got to click that button. AC-3 anywhere? Anybody see AC-3? AC-3. DTS or AC, maybe DTS is the possible extension. No, there are two things listed and there are two extensions. It would be AC-3. I don't have anything that by, like if I click this, see what happens if I click it. Decline. Oh, but I already Oh no, I changed it to flat. So let's try AC-3. It should go. Ah, see? Now it considers it an audio file. Its MIME type is audio. If you look at that extension manager from near south, I really am getting a bit sidetracked now, aren't I? What is it called? This one? It shows file extensions and a little bit more than the usual. In particular, it shows you what they call the MIME type. MIE standing for media something to do with media and containers. And just type .ac3 may not be listed yet. It hasn't. I have to restart Explorer maybe for it to get flushed into the registry. Because as you saw there, it was definitely working. Restart Explorer. There's something wrong with my batch file. I have to do this again. These should have been visible when Explorer started. Like this. Now they're visible. And then I hide them. Anyway. Try this again. Near sound. Yay. It's got to be registered. It's not here. Abby. Well, it's not in the, whatever it is. It's not listed in here. Anyway, one thing at a time. Get that acronym. Multi-purpose Internet Mail Extensions. Oh, I see. So it has to do with mail. So a container's MIME type is the way an email program would characterize it. The classification an email program would put something in, either text or sound, or whatever the various types are. Regular text, an application, application or XML, a video, a model, whatever the hell that is, and another type of application, audio file, text, QuickTime. These are all things to do with mail, apparently. Perceived type is something you just set in the registry. These are text strings that the system seems to know something about. that is, the Windows system. Or the actual type. The actual type, file type group, the group of, no, I don't think there's anything to do with actual type as far as extensions go. I don't know. They've messed this up. It used to be very simple, you know, one extension, one program. And now they tried to generalize it, and whoever came up with this system obviously didn't think it through. And now we're dealing with a broken beginning, a broken start point that seems unfixable. It's like the, you know, I don't know how to put, I can't add a new text file. I managed to put something in for my program, but Notepad itself has been eliminated somehow from being placed anywhere. Even its icon, you can't get the Notepad icon to appear anywhere. Even if you say open with Notepad exe, you won't get Notepad's icon for anything. Yeah, I think I have any, set to Notepad. We'll double click on it. See? That's not my Notepad, that's the other Windows, the one that comes with the operating system. And it thinks everything is pictures for some reason. I don't know how that happened. I wish I could undo it. I should have started from the root. Text is my Notepad. Right? That slowness, by the way, has nothing to do with this program. It's the system. Like, this is just an aside, but it's an important one, and if anyone knows how to fix it, I'd be forever thankful. Here, I've built this under I just built this on, you know, because it happened to be in the list. If I run this, okay, it comes up instantly, even when I've got this stupid box on, right? I can turn the box off. Okay, you see how fast that is? Instant. The slowness is in identifying which program it's supposed to open something with. So when we were in this other directory and we clicked on this, there's a big long delay, and the delay is the system trying to work out what program to use. Because of all that complicated mess. Because things like, you know, first it's got to figure out what the perceived type of the object is, and then it's got to go check through what perceived types are associated with, or what programs are associated with those perceived types, and what COM interfaces are associated with that perceived type, and then check the extension, and then it's got to go through the extensions list and see what extensions are associated with that type, or not, you know. Like, if this really is a file that opens with Notepad Cube, why isn't this called a Notepad Cube document, right? Like .note is. If I change this, no, I better not change that. If I change something to .note, I get that. And if it's text, I get it doesn't even say text document, right? Now I bet if I change .text to open with this thing, I think this is the culprit in fact. I bet that thing is what took Notepad away. And if I uninstalled it, let's see what happens. See, it's got its icon on it, but it still says .txt file. Oops. It takes a while sometimes. It takes a reboot sometimes to get the descriptions to change. Alright. Yeah, here. Now, I'm curious. I didn't install that. It's not like I can't reinstall it. Things everywhere. Where is it? In fact, I like it because it has column editing, and that's the only feature it has that I don't have yet. English. I'm trying to uninstall. I would like to uninstall it in English, please. As opposed to the language that I set it up in. Now, what was all that stuff about? How come it had to install all that stuff? Go away. Go away. Did it not complete? Okay. Now, this thing, of course, doesn't know what the hell's going on. I need it to at least take its normal spot. No. Notepad. Now what the hell's that about? Notepad++ document. Which opens with the old one. This could be my fault. Sorry for the diversion. Okay, what were we at? We saw we lost the YouTube thing is no good, and I want to show you how to store an AC3 file in a container. Alright. Now we like this. We'll take this as an example. No, we'll take the whole thing as an example. What I want to do is I want to create a video of length 1 hour, right? Okay, so first thing is why don't I make a video that's quite small. How do I make a small video? I take any video I want. Doesn't matter. Take a couple, I'll take that much. Small, I'm going to call it small. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-encode small. To 10%. That's an odd number. I'll disable. Well, why don't I just make it absolute 20 pixels by 20 pixels. I don't even care what's in there. Pretty small video. Okay. Here's our output. Compression. We'll use XVID. I'll do a single pass. Quality. I don't care. Low as possible. Go on there. Okay. Some more work. This is the only real work that has to be done. Once this is done, we can create an hour-long video to hold that AC-3 file in such a way that I can apply it to a video, an arbitrary video of arbitrary length and arbitrary quality. So now I go back into direct mode, open up the smaller video, turn off audio. Now it's got one keyframe. That's okay. So I'm going to copy, paste. Now I've got 6 minutes. Let's take a bigger chunk. I've gone past an hour. So that's 1 hour. In fact, 59:55 is good. Small. Long. There's no encoding in that. Now what I have is a 3 meg file. It is a 20 by 20 video that's an hour long. And now if I want to put that AC-3 file in here, I go into direct mode again, no encoding, open up the small long thing, audio from other source, and AVI here. Doesn't matter. And I save this as audio AC-3 audio. If I want to put it in the tray, I can. Getting my current percentage done. It's in direct mode, so it's really just a copy. So halfway done, so it's going to be about 200 megs. Is that right? The audio size. Yeah, 189. With no loss. This is not an encoding, this is a demultiplex. And now to apply this audio to another, I suppose if I re-encoded this to a different, did something, made it brighter or something, and I was using MP3 or no audio at all, then I could just use audio from other source and choose this as the source audio file. and it'll get its full quality back. Almost done. Okay, there it is. This here is an almost pure audio file. Video. Now you gotta be careful here. That's bits per second, not kilobits. So it's 2.7 kbps, and it's 1% of the stream. And the other 99% of the stream is this 189 million bytes AC-3 448 kilobits AC-3 audio. So now this audio is safe and stored off. I could, if I wanted to, and I probably should, just put it back with the source. Put that here. This here is a container. It's a thing that contains the AC-3 audio, but it's not an AC-3 file, which VirtualDub doesn't understand. But it is a file that VirtualDub will happily merge in with any video. Okay. So now the next step, now that that's safe, we're going to have to make, either I'm going to have to stop this, or we're going to have to make a copy of this. Do I need this? Oh yeah, that's, what is this bit about? Let me call this, these two are part of this video. This I don't need anymore. Well, I could. Actually, this is a good container, right, for 1 hour long things. Why do I want to do that again? That was a lot of work. I do actually want to do it again, so I don't want to forget how to do it. I don't want this, but I want to look at it later. And now what we want to do, and we're going to have to invent that. I want something like this. And what is this? This is a thing of, will it do the conversion? I don't know. We can try it. Audio conversion. No change in that. Stereo, no change. High quality. How about that? Full process was compression. Oh, here. We want the highest possible 320, right? Video, nothing, no change. And just see if I can save this, if it'll convert that to an MP3. I haven't tried it through this interface, but it might work. No, well, I don't have a decompressor for the format. So in order to do, therefore, in order to get that into the format I need, it's using it. And it's still, something's still using it. Try again. Oh, U-turn. Stupid. I might be able to put it in this. cycle bin. If not, I might have to stop U-turn for a second. Yeah, I can. Now, what's all this about that happens? Go on, U-turn, dying. This happens a lot. Okay, I still have it here, and I still got another link to it. It's not disappearing. It's just, it's a smart pointer. So, in order to get this into that super high quality thing, one thing I do, I'll do it. I'll show you what my life is like now that I no longer use virus scanners, and I have programs on my system that are useful, but I don't want them installed, but I occasionally have use for them. And that's in backups. Installers. This is a great audio converter. If only the Framework Make Corporation didn't try to take over your system. So first thing you do is you go into, the small icon view and click on System. You click on any one of these buttons. Yeah. And make a system restore point. Revert remake. Then I'll install it and I'll use it because it has the best. It can go directly to 320 flat constant bitrate audio from any audio format. Any video converter would do it too, but it'll be variable, and then I have to flatten it. It would be 2 conversions. This thing will do it in 1. 2 encodings. Every encoding involves a tiny amount of loss, and I want to mitigate that. Just gotta make sure I get that. Now, while that's getting ready, start this up. Of course, it's going to require administrative privileges. I'm going to wait till this finishes. It's done. So now it doesn't matter what I do. I'm gonna hit revert. Let's see now. This will install audio converter unlock. By clicking next, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions, blah blah blah. By clicking next, right? Read a license. Help make sending anonymous, no. Next. 100% free award reading password manager. I will want, no. I don't want a password manager, thanks. Custom, no. Do I want to install what would have given me if I'd chosen that? The Tune-Up Utilities 2014. No. I think I would like custom. No, I don't want a desktop icon. Here's where I want it to go. It's installing. Now I don't know what else it adds besides the things that I refused to install on this step. It's a great audio converter. Just like their other product. Fantastic product-wise. But it's, you know, the gimmicks and the cheating and the lying make me not like it. If I could isolate the good parts of it and keep them from, like this, and this will install a couple services at the next reboot. You'll see. I'll show you. Okay, now I've got two things here. They both say setup. But something will happen. It's probably right now it's setting up all the stuff that it needs to have done on the next reboot. Let's in startup. Let's see what's in there so far. Restore. One rent. Restore you. I don't think I want that. Exit. Nothing yet. Anyway, you never know. This is disabled. Registry. Now I don't know what this is. It's supposed to restore something, but it, you know, restore could mean restore, or it could mean I don't know. I haven't set. Doesn't matter. I have a system I can revert to a previous state. Whoops. Okay. Launch the converter. Now I could extract that AC-3 file and let's see what it does with it. Why is it taking so long? You know, it's just a little utility. Okay, it's got to go to this web page, which now is gone. Now it's doing something else. Let's see if this has changed. Yeah. Nothing yet. Nothing that this thing recognizes. But it still hasn't started. It's doing something. Try and find out the monitor. It might be too late. Oh, here it is already. Alright. Now let me just get that AC-3 file. Oh, it's in here. Whoops. What did I do? What was I doing there? I think I said FX. No, I can't find out. Now, the AC-3 apparently is the correct extension. You see how much work it goes into just setting it up so that you can do your thing. Because we got this AC-3 that we can't deal with, you know, and can't fiddle with. Okay, now that's done. I don't know what it was trying to do before. I suppose I can just, maybe I can drag it. Let's try the browse menu. It should deal with it. If not, we might, oh, AC-3, it knows AC-3. And I want to go to MP3. Original. I'll just make sure. 320. 48 stereo. See, that's what I want. That should be the same as this. I'm going to leave it on this. And now last time I'd forgotten where I sent the files. I couldn't find out where they went. But I think I remember where they go. They go to audio output. There. Which, in this case, I especially don't want them to be music files. Why? Because that would be the output from this program, and this program certainly doesn't, put tags or anything on it, or artist or any of that stuff. Now, this thing actually can go to the system tray, and so I think it does. Maybe I had to do it myself. Oh yeah, that was the good thing about this one. That's right. Which one? I probably clicked OK. Somebody clicked OK for me. This one's good because I can see the percentage, just like VDub. There's no need for you to wait for that, so I'll pause this. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to stop this one, and when this thing completes with its super high MP3 file, then I'm going to do a system restore so that to undo the installation of this program, and then I'll be back to where I was in terms of registry settings and whatnot. And I'll have this beautiful, perfect, as high quality as you can get with MP3 quality sound for my new video, which will be using this instead of the AC-3 file, which has been saved off. Okay, so I'll see you on the other side. In fact, that'll be the next video because this is already over an hour.